What's going on, guys? Stribbers here, and welcome to episode 15 of PGR2 Road to Platinum. So, in the last episode, we continued with the Classic Series, and we did 4 more events in the Classic Series, and we're going to continue with that series today with a cone challenge, an overtake, a one-on-one, and a hot lap. So, we'll be kicking things off in this episode with a cone challenge. And I'll be using the Ferrari for every race in this episode again. The Ferrari 275, so we're picking it in a nice grey this time. 11,850 kudos is the target. This was an absolute bugger of a challenge, this one. This is a long ass track, 1 lap. So you want to start off by doing a little slide before the first cone, just to get your combo up to 2 straight away. And then don't power slide around any of this bit, just do it nice and controlled, linking these cone gates together. Very nearly hit the cone there, had to swerve. Link all these cones together. Now on this corner you can do a power slide, making sure not to drop too much speed. Going into the more straight section, ease off the accelerator or brake there, into a clean section, linking that together, and then power it through here to link these cone gates. You've got to be going a little bit quick through there. Again, don't slide through any of this bit. Now on this corner you'll need to do a slide. Again, don't try and lose too much speed. And now we go on to the main straight with all the cones placed in different places along the width of the track, so you've got to turn a lot. So you can power it all the way through there until that second to last cone gate, and brake and do a slide, and then again slalom through this section nice and controlled. Here as well, went a little bit wide there, but you don't have to slide through there again. Go through here, get a nice, go through the clean section, and here I tend to not make it, so I do a little slide, but I very, very nearly hit the cone. And we can keep going through this bit, no sliding necessary, just link all the cone gates together, driving nice and controlled, put a little brake, dab of the brakes there. Now through here you can get a clean line, or a good line, sorry, another good line through there, linking all these cones, flat out through this bit, brake slightly there, did clip the barrier but not enough to lose my combo, do another power slide there, just about doing enough to get through to the next cone gate, through the last one, and then a final power slide across the line to make it a combo of 92, 12,000 plus the clean race, 12,330, so we passed just 480. So that little slide at the start, the power slide, is quite important for getting that extra combo. It's going to make it a little bit more comfortable. But that was a bugger. That took me quite a while, that one. I was messing up quite a bit on that one. But it's done nonetheless. Jumping into an overtake now. Picking a racing green. 7 cars in 2 minutes 50 in Edinburgh again for this one. So we start off on this straighter section, and you want to go round this Vauxhall on the outside because he will go into the inside, so he'll trap you in between the barrier if you try and overtake him on the inside. And it's quite twisty, this track, but you can see it's straighter. It's got 2 straight sections, and then the rest is all just tight corners. So you've got to plan when to overtake the cars. So I actually nearly get spun out by the Renault there. I did cut him up a little bit, so that was my fault. Went into his racing line. And that's 2 cars down. Coming up to the Volvo, overtaking the Volvo. That's 3 cars down now. I think this is the first overtake where they mix the car classes. We've got some of the Roadsters and the SUVs. So taking that corner nice, sweeping wide, and you can fully accelerate down this bit. Passing the start line. Maybe lift off the throttle slightly here, as I think the game did drop a couple frames there, so I apologise for that. Coming up to the SSR, the Chevrolet, overtake him on the outside, forcing us a little bit wider than we'd want to on that corner. But it's better than waiting behind him to finish the corner than overtaking him after. If you can get ahead of him, round the corner, even if you have to take a different line, that's better to do that. So 4 cars overtaken now, coming up to the Ford Raptor. Overtaking, that's not the Raptor, is it? Sorry, it's the Lightning, Ford Lightning, SVT. and we are now 5 out of 7 cars. These corners are quite slow, you've got to take them nice and smooth. Go wide here, cut on the inside there, cut on the inside there, fully accelerate. And this is also new, first time I've seen in an overtake where the two front cars are actually right next to each other and they are battling to overtake each other, so that helps us out quite a lot. I'm not sure which car started in front. I'm guessing the Lotus Elise might have, because the Caterham just overtook it there, and the Caterham's actually a quick car, so I'm not sure why that wouldn't be in first. But we edge past the Lotus Elise. The Caterham moves out the way for us there. 25 seconds left, so I'll just skip it to the end where we collide with the wall. But quite a distance in front. As I said before, the overtakes, you're not going to have too many problems with those. They're probably the easiest events to do, along with the one-on-ones, because obviously you've only got the one car to focus on the one-on-one. And speaking of that event, we're jumping into that now. Again using the Ferrari. Which colour? Going back to the red. Classic Ferrari red. And it's raining in Edinburgh with this car, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult. And we are against the 275 in red as well. So getting into a slipstream on the straight. Do our normal thing that we do against the one-on-one. They take it slightly wider. We can cut on the inside, even though I did nearly spin out. And we are ahead now after the first corner. Just got to take it easy. Try not to let the back end take over and spin us out. It'll be nice getting into the classes where they don't have tail happy cars, or not quite as bad. Better handling cars, because we've got the classics obviously we're doing now, then the American Muscle is coming up in a couple of series, which is also renowned for the back end coming out on wheel spin. But I went on 2 wheels there, which meant that we crashed into the barrier, and the computer has decided to crash as well. So he is quite far behind now, and I'm assuming on that hilly section where you're meant to ease off the throttle so you don't spin out, it looks like he has spun out. So we'll see how far we are ahead, but it seems like it's quite a long distance now. 7 seconds ahead already. We've not even finished the first lap, so this will be nice and relaxing, this race. Just got to do a couple more laps now. But yeah, it is a bit annoying, classes like the classics. When you've got one car that's, you know, quite a bit better than every other car, so you have to use this car for platinum. And it gets less like that when you get towards the higher end, the Extreme and Ultimate series. You can use a variety of different cars and still come first. We also had the Pacific Muscle series. There was Skyline, the Mitsubishi Evo, and the Subaru WRX, and also the Mazda RX-7, to be fair. And any one of those cars could win. But I would have liked to use the 250 GTO in this, but obviously in this playthrough we haven't completed the game on bronze, and I nearly spun out there. That's the corner, the culprit corner. But yeah, we haven't completed the series on bronze obviously in this this playthrough, so we can't use that car, so we're kind of forced to use this car. I could try using the E Type, I could try using the Lancia Stratos, but I think for most of the events, say the cone challenge, I'm not sure if it, the E Type might be quick enough actually, but some of the cone gates it's already on the limit to linking them together. You know, you've got to have quite a quick accelerating car. And in the races as well, I could use the E Type, and on the smaller races I probably could have used the Lancia Stratos, but for the purpose of making it as easy for yourself as possible, you know, you want to use the best car you can in the class, so the 275 in the classics is quite a bit ahead of the others. And I'm trying to remember now if the 250 GTO does come up in the street races. I think it may do towards the end. I think it might be in the last race. So yeah, the cars that you have to unlock by completing the game on different difficulties, those cars will be in the races. They just tease you, so you can't use them, and you watch other people drive them. 6 seconds he is behind now, so he is catching, just 1 second quicker than us. I decided to take it quite easy now. I didn't want to make any mistakes and spin out when we've got such a healthy lead. But we're coming up to the last couple corners. This is the second to last corner, onto the second to last straight. Still miles behind. Well, 5 seconds actually. He's gained 2 seconds on us. It probably would have been a little bit more interesting if he didn't spin out. Would have been a bit closer, a bit more of a challenge. But nevertheless, we're on the home straight now. Comfortable win, another platinum medal. And yeah, this isn't too bad a series, the classic series, when you're using this car as well. It's quite comfortable all the races. And the final race for this episode is a hot lap. So Ferrari, obviously, using that in white. 46 seconds in Barcelona. I do like these hot laps, they're nice quick events. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to get them, but on a nice small track, you know, you've got to practice less corners to memorise. However, there is less room for error on a smaller track usually. But again, with this long sweeping right hand bend, you want to be smooth through there, and then cut close to the island, hugging that island on the right, so you can power through that section. Coming up to this normal slalom section, you want to go right, left, then right. Not going too close to the apexes because you don't want to start lifting off on 2 wheels like I did there. But coming into the last corner, last straight, sorry, and across the line. Clean race as well. And that was quite comfortable again. 0.7 seconds. So we've done well in this series with hot laps and time runs with this car. Rank 33, 17 more tokens, and that will do it for this episode, guys. So, in the next episode, we will do the speed camera and the street race to finish off this series, and then we'll do the next two races we do unlock in the next series. So, hope you enjoyed, guys. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.